Hey everybody, this is Greg from the Flux Capacitor Arcade. I want to show everybody the latest addition to the Flux Capacitor Arcade. This is Gravitar. It is recently finished. Just finished it earlier today. And Gravitar is a game by Atari. Let's walk through it and kind of show the game. It's from 1982. It is one of Atari's vector games, which uses a Wells Gardner 6100 XY vector monitor, and it's a color vector. It's the cabinet should look very familiar to a lot of folks that collect these. They use this cabinet for Gravitar. It's got Space Duel was also using this. Quantum was very similar, but Quantum had the vertically oriented monitor. But Atari used this design, and then of course Black Widow was a conversion kit for a lot of Gravitars, so they made that, and Gravitar it made a pretty good production run. I think there was over 5,000 of these made, so there's quite a few of them out there. This one's a really nice example. It was in an arcade here in the Chicago area for quite a while, and then it was, when that arcade closed, it was picked up by someone, and he kept it in his house until I got it. So it needed cleaning. Let's kind of go through it and show. I love the artwork on this one. The side art is really pretty cool, and the side art on this one is in really good shape. There's very few spots I think that need to be touched up. I think you end up with these little spots down at the bottom in the corners that typically get your little nicks. It doesn't have any water damage on it, which is really nice. You've got your few little touch-up spots here, and I'll just kind of touch those up here shortly. But look at the overall artwork. It's very colorful, really nice shape, no gouges or tears anywhere in this artwork. I think it's really nice. You've got a little spot up here in the corner. It's going to need a little touch up. Very minor. The control panel overlay is the original, and for an original control panel overlay, it's really in pretty good shape still. Now, one thing that's kind of interesting about this one, in every Gravitar that I've looked at, all the buttons are yellow. So you notice here that the thrust button on this one's white. So someone at some point replaced it with a white button. I've got brand new yellow buttons that I am going to put on all of these. So I'm just going to change out all of these existing ones with brand new yellows. Now these are, and you can tell when I press this, you can't really hear, very slight click. Now, these are the old style leaf switch buttons that are on here, not the newer micro switch style. So I've still got a set of these brand new ones, never been used. I've got a control panel overlay coming for this that was never applied to the game. I don't know if it's an NOS or if it's a repro, but it looked really nice when I got it, and I'll probably put that on, but I'm not 100% certain yet, because really the only thing wrong with this one's a little bit of bending and cracking here, which is pretty normal, and cleaned it up really nice. One of the tips that I'll say for cleaning up an original control panel overlay is clean it real good with just, some nice mild cleaner first. But then what I've done to get some of that grime and these are, it's kind of hard to tell from the video, but sometimes you get grime down in these little kind of grooves on the control panel overlay. And what I found works really well is the Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. And so if you use that, it's real easy to get a lot of that gunk that builds up on these control panel overlays over the 20 plus or 30 plus years that these things were, how old they are. Coin door was really in nice shape too. And again, really no big marks anywhere on it, so I don't think I'm going to bother touching up any of the front. It had some marks that I got off. Again, magic eraser works wonders. It gets off a lot of those. The other thing that is probably going to happen to this, and I'm going to kind of move so you don't see me in the reflection here, is this glass has a couple little pock marks right through here, and it's kind of hard to see, but maybe you can see them right here on my finger. I don't know what happened here, but there's some pock marking here. I put it up at the top so it doesn't really affect when you're playing the game. You can get these brand new, so I probably will get a brand new one of these as well. just because I know looking at that over time is going to drive me bananas. Marquee's in really great shape. Don't think that needs to have anything done with. You know, this, I don't know what happened here. Maybe just, I'll probably take this and touch that up. Probably just repaint this whole piece. But there's no rust on it on the bottom one, so it's in real nice shape. One of the great things that I love about Gravitar and Space Duel both is they have excellent sound. So they really produce a nice, rich, deep sound. Let's take a look at the side art on this side. Again, now this side, just absolutely gorgeous. Nice bright colors, no marking on it. And again, I'm being nitpicky, but you know, little minor things here that can be easily touched up. The back's really nice and clean. I did take this off. Cleaned it really well. I'm not going to repaint it because once I cleaned it, it's really nice. I did put new screws on. The screws got a little rusty, so I put some brand new ones in there. Security screws, very easy. The back, let's see. Yeah, you've got all your patents, some information on when it was made, all of that. You see here is the model number, serial number of the machine. One thing I thought was pretty cool, it still has the State of Illinois Department of Revenue stickers for when it was actually out on location, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to leave those on there. That's pretty neat. Okay, pause this for just a sec. Okay, we're back at it. Now I'm going to open this up so you can see the inside of this. Like I said, I cleaned the inside of it really well, so we'll take a look at the inside of the cabinet. It actually still came with that, which is really nice. So, lighting might not be the best, but I did. And again, one of those little vacuum cleaners went in here and cleaned all this out really well. So, there's the original power block, the big blue capacitor, which is right there. That's the reason they call it the big blue, right? Everything's in really nice shape. The AR board, again, it's going to be kind of dark, but there's the AR board, and there's the main board. Cleaned it up all real nice in there. There's the 6100 monitor. Okay. One thing I always find that when you're cleaning these out, you can find a lot of stuff on the inside of these things. Some of the collectors have found some rather interesting things on the inside of the cabinet. This one, I found 50 cents on the inside of it. So I remember one time I bought a machine and I found over $80 worth of quarters still in it. And that's why the machine was really heavy. So that's Gravitar. I'll put this cover back on, and then we'll power it up. Okay. All right. I always have these. I know John from John's Arcade, he does the single set of keys, and I probably that's a great idea that I ought to consider, but I like having the individual keys and having these made for them so I can tell which one's which. There's a guy in the arcade forums that makes these, and they're absolutely fantastic. He makes them off of the original flyers, so that's pretty cool. All right, should be plugged in. Let's go ahead and give it a shot here. Yep. Hear it powering up. Probably take a second for that monitor to warm up and come on. Yep, there she is. There's Gravitar. Now, with a name like Gravitar, it makes sense. Gravity in the gameplay of this is a factor. So you see here in the demo, the attract mode, that you've got the ship, and as you're shooting the bunkers, you have these little fuel depots, and you can use your tractor beam to capture those fuel depots. So with the gravity, you have to avoid hitting the terrain or hitting anything else. So it's also got a pretty interesting high score feature. It said killer pilot list there, and sometimes it rotates through. It's got these other texts that it'll rotate through. So if you watch it long enough, and here's the other part of the attraction. It's got all those. Well, it moved away from it really quickly, but it's got all these planets, and you go from planet to planet and work through these different. You see, here's the tractor fuel. It's going down. He's going to get it with the tractor. Yeah. So anyway, and you shoot the bunkers. Once you shoot all the bunkers, then you can clear and go back out. So it's set up on free play right now. It's got a real nice picture in the monitor. There's a guy locally that really knows a lot about these vector monitors, and he checked this one out and did a real nice job on it for me. So I don't know a lot about the vector monitors, so it's good to have when you're collecting these machines. It's good to have a nice group of folks that can help you out that know more than you about certain areas. So he's one of the best. So that's Gravitar by Atari, 1982. Doesn't look like it's from 1982 though. I mean, it's in great shape. I did have to clean it real well and do just a little bit of work here and there. But by and large, really happy with this one. It was playing blind when I got it. So again, having that person help you with the monitor was crucial for me. That's it. Next coming will be probably either Asteroids Deluxe or Black Widow. In the process of working on both of those. I actually have another cabinet that is a Gravitar cabinet that somebody had converted to some other game, but the cabinet was in really nice shape, so that's going to a Black Widow. Since I ended up with two Gravitars, the other ones, like I said, Black Widows a lot of the times were conversions for Gravitar cabinets that either weren't sold, or after they were on location, then the play decreased on them, so the operators converted them. So, okay. Well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos on the Flux Capacitor Arcade channel. Thank you.